Hello, world and universe. Welcome to the Trevor Donald Experience. Manifest your truth. And if you're new to the channel, please hit that like and subscribe button. And for all my continued followers, I want to say thank you. And this is an opinion-based video channel where I try to open your eyes and ears up to some of the travails and tribulations that take place throughout our cities, our states, our country, and sometimes around the world. And in my videos, I try to let the story tell itself. I don't have a lot of bells and whistles as of right now, and I know 99% of my commentary is between me and the viewers, and I appreciate it. I may get to a point of more thumbnails and things of those natures in my videos soon, but right now it's all about you, me, and the story. And this one is all wrapped around mental illness, animal abuse, and is coming to you straight from the UK. So craziness does take place outside of the United States. So here we go. And these allegations against this man are very disturbing, just for clarification. Let's go. Mr. Dr. Adam Britton from the UK has been alleged to be a dog rapist who sexually abused and killed dozens of animals, is jailed for 10 years. A crocodile expert who AR'd and killed dogs has been jailed for more than 10 years over his grotesque depravity. Adam Robert Corden Britton was sentenced in Darwin Supreme Court on Thursday, having previously pleaded guilty to 56 offenses related to the torture and sexual exploitation of more than 42 dogs on his rural property. Listen to this story. Dr. Britton, who was born in the UK, was sentenced to 10 years and 5 months with no parole period of 6 years, backdated to April 22's arrest. Chief Justice Michael Grant warned the public gallery that he would have to describe Britton's offending that included grotesque cruelty towards animals. He said, "Your depravity falls outside any ordinary conception," Justice Grant told Britton. Justice Grant also ordered Britton to be banned from owning or having on his property mammal-type animals for the term of his natural life. Wow. Britton's barrister, which is his lawyer, who has asked not to be named because she has been subject to personal abuse and threats for representing him, had argued a lifetime ban on all animal ownership was an extreme measure. She argued Britton should be allowed to own or live with any creatures other than mammals, and the ban should not be for a lifetime because of the reasonable prospects of rehabilitation. It goes on to say, members of the public gallery sobbed and gasped as the details of Britton's extensive and violent offending, resulting in the deaths of 39 dogs, including 9 puppies, were read out. Britton stood in the dock wearing a black suit with a gray shirt and did not visibly react to Justice Grant's sentencing remarks. Britton began offending in 2014 and continued until his arrest in April 2022 after a video of his vile acts, which he had shared online, was anonymously provided to Northern Territory animal welfare authorities. They agreed facts stated Britton extensively filmed his offending in his so-called torture room and shared videos online under pseudonyms while encouraging others to commit similar offenses and offering how-to advice. The vile acts took place within a shipping container on Britton's home, as well as at secluded locations throughout Darwin's outer suburbs. Much of the abuse was filmed by Britton on mobile phones and on cameras placed on tripods, with the video later edited to black out identifying features. From 2020 until his arrest in 2022, Britton used the encrypted social media service Telegram to connect with like-minded animal abusers. A second account, known as Cerberus, was used to upload and disseminate videos made by Britton in which he discussed his kill count. The videos were saved on Britton's devices under names relating to the location, breed, or name of the animal, including Mastiff 1, Pit 1, and New Blue 1. According to the facts, Britton would refer to the cruelty as zoo sadism and posted to Telegram groups such as New Wicked Kennel, which had 15 users. In an online chat, Britton referred to his torture room and what implements he would use, including a bread knife, before adding that, "I can't stop myself from hurting dogs." He said, "I'm going to get another dog to kill tomorrow. I plan to hurt it a lot. I am ridiculously excited about it," he said. Your sure and unalloyed pleasure is sickening evidence from the recorded material, Justice Grant said, as well as torturing his dogs that he had raised. Dr. Britton bought and sought canines featured in Gumtree, Australia. Free to good home advertisements from unsuspecting owners in the Darwin region. The once respected academic who was born in the UK and has worked for the BBC and National Geographic sourced about 42 dogs over a two-year period for the sole purpose of torturing the animals to death on camera. He would contact families who reluctantly gave their dogs up to him due to work or health issues. And he would then send false updates to reassure the former owners their pets were happy and doing well. Really. According to the documents, the pets were usually dead by the time these updates were sent. Most of the dogs he acquired were horrifically abused and murdered within a few days of him gaining ownership. Dr. Britton's online activity first raised the attention of police following a report by the Northern Territory, NT, and the Animal Welfare Branch in 2022. The agency had reported a video made by Dr. Britton and posted to a Gore website that depicted him essaying, torturing, and killing a dog and 8 puppies. The female dog in the video was wearing a Darwin City Council Great Pets Start with You collar, prompting an investigation by the NT Police. In April 2022, NT Police and AFP officers raided Dr. Britton's home and seized 44 items, including computers, cameras, hard drives, weapons, and sex toys. It almost sounds like the P. Diddy raid here in the United States with allegations of human trafficking. Police also located severed dog limbs in a freezer, a decomposing puppy in a filtration pond, and a severed dog's head in a neighboring property in the search. Dr. Britton was also sentenced for possessing and transmitting the worst category of child essay material. His ex-wife, Erin, formally dropped his surname just 2 months after his arrest in 2022. Dr. Britton grew up in England and received his PhD in zoology at the University of Bristol before moving to Australia after 1996 to pursue his fascination with crocodiles. He met his future wife and they set up a consultation company, Big Gecko, which sold footage of crocodiles to television and film directors. Their saltwater crocodile, Smog, became something of a celebrity in his field and appeared in 2 horror movies. Dr. Britton and Erin also hosted Sir David Attenborough while he was filming the BBC's Life in Cold Blood docuseries. His wife, Dr. Britton's wife, she was a biologist and wildlife ranger who has assisted in a range of projects on sea turtles and counting crocodiles. They were married for about 15 years, but she was often away for work, and there was no suggestion that she knew about any of his dark secrets. Dr. Britton was a prominent NT crocodile expert and a senior researcher at Charles Darwin University. And in that capacity, he once hosted world famous broadcaster and biologist David Attenborough. None of his offenses were against reptiles. Earlier, Dr. Britton's barrister, his lawyer, read the court an apology penned by her client. And this is what Dr. Britton said in front of the court. He said, "I take full responsibility for the demeaning crimes that I perpetrated on dogs. I deeply regret the pain and trauma that I caused to innocent animals and consequently to my family, friends, and members of the community that I affected. I let you all down and I'm truly sorry. I now acknowledge that I've been fighting a rare paraphilic disorder for much of my life, and that shame and fear prevented me from seeking the proper help I needed." Dr. Britton added, "No amount of words can convey how sorry and ashamed I am, nor undo what I did." But he was determined to prove that he will be a better person in the future, that he will seek long-term treatment, and that he said he will find a path towards redemption. Please give my family the space they deserve to heal. They were not aware or involved in any way. It goes on to say that paraphilia, which I've never heard of, and this is a video channel to enlighten and to bring you new information. So paraphilia is defined as having persistent and reoccurring sexual interest, urges, fantasies, or behaviors of marked intensity involving objects, activities, or even situations that are atypical in nature. Crown prosecutor Marty Ost argued for a lifetime ban on mammal ownership, saying Dr. Britton's paraphilia appears to be treatable but ever present. He would submit that Your Honor would be satisfied that there is an ever-present risk, in this case, for this offender to do it again. Dr. Britton's sentence was met with outrage by animal advocates. Emma Hurst, an MP for the Animal Justice Party in NSW, slammed the sentence as pathetically weak. "These were horrific acts of animal cruelty," Ms. Hurst said. "There is a well-researched link between violence towards animals and violence towards people." Just remember Jeffrey Dahmer, who said, when he finally got caught in an interview by police and psychologists, that when he was a young person, he started off by killing animals and got a great urge out of it. And that happens a lot with serial killers. This man is a danger to other animals in the community, and I am relieved to hear this sentence includes time behind bars. That's where a man like this belongs, but it is not long enough. Just when you think you've heard it all, this story is a complete outrage and is grotesque to the highest level on what this doctor did, this zoologist did to these innocent dogs. As we all know, definitely in America, people love their pets just as much as they love people. And here again, we have a hypocrisy and a duality going on where this man got a PhD in zoology in order to help animals from all outward appearance, but on his inward appearance, he did the most heinous and grotesque things to dogs and puppies that you could do, which led to their death. You're talking about torture, essay abuse to animals. And I completely believe there is a symbiotic link with individuals that torture pets, torture animals, that one day, if they don't get caught, they will find some kind of way to get that same urge and surge to hurt people. So I think, yes, it is a clear indication that this man needed to be off the streets, um, and not free based on what he did to these innocent animals, even marketing people to bring him more animals so he could do it even at a higher propensity, which I think would have eventually led to his violence against human beings. What a story. Mental illness. This is completely wrapped and encased around undiagnosed mental illness, untreated mental illness. It is a chasm that is swiping across our entire world. And there are way too many people that have real mental, physical issues, spiritual issues that need to be addressed. These undiagnosed and these untreated mental issues end up elevating themselves and spewing out in very negative ways to our safety and to the general welfare of the public. This Dr. Britton is straight out of the UK, had been on Animal Planet, National Geographic, giving the chasm of helping animals when in his truth, he was gaining these animals in order to torture them, have sex with them, and then kill them. What a sad, horrific case out of the UK. Tell me what you think.